The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBank.
The new Technics A800 Premium Wireless Headphones and AZ60 True Wireless Earbuds feature industry-leading noise cancelling, multi-point Bluetooth connection, superior call quality and long-lasting battery life. Indulge in superior sound like never before with Technics.
The Real Pod is brought to you by our good friends at Nando's. They've got restaurants across Aotearoa, and if you order through the Nando's app, you can collect Perry Perks points to redeem for delicious rewards. Hit nandos.co.nz to learn more and start earning.
You either can pod or you can't pod, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder than it looks, is what I'm saying.
Who are you trying to convince here? We're all on board, Jane.
Okay.
You're either born with it or you're not.
You're either born with it, you're either a chatterbox or you're not. That's my skill. That's my one skill. Can chat.
Can chat.
Kia ora, welcome to The Real Pod. My name's Jane Yee, and I'm joined by my co-host Alex Casey.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, this is the news.
Thank you for having me.
So I'm being newsy.
Why are you being so serious?
I don't know. I just thought it's the news, you know? We kick off with the real news.
It is time to get serious.
And today is essentially an emergency episode because of the huge breaking news. We'll get to that in a moment. Top of the bulletin, we need to just get some housekeeping out of the way. Big thank you to our friends at Nando's for looking after us, for sponsoring this podcast, making sure that you guys can get it, and making sure that we get chicken every Wednesday when we're in the office, which
you
is
guys can
lovely.
get it.
You can
get it.
You can get it. Look, no Duncan today.
Where is Duncan? Pray tell.
I think he's heartbroken. I think he's traumatized at the news of the day,
which is fair.
It's just totally fair. He's also in Wellington, having proper meetings. You know, so
classic Duncan.
So he's not here today. That's all right though. You've got us. Sorry about it. You can join us in the Facebook thing, facebook.com/groups/Real Pod Corner, and also you'll find us on Instagram at the Spin-off Podcast Network. Tia here. Good morning.
Morena.
How are you?
I'm so good.
That's great. Why so good?
That's great.
I'm having an instant coffee for the first time I think since I was at drama school.
Whoa!
And I'm really enjoying it.
How you feeling?
Oh, it's getting into my mouth so much faster than a non-instant coffee would.
You know what? I'm a big fan of an instant coffee.
I love an instant coffee.
It's a different drink. Like, don't piss on it.
Do not piss on an instant coffee, Jane. We're saying that every day.
It's like the difference between, say, I don't know, a chamomile tea and an English breakfast. Both valid, two completely different drinks.
Different settings, different, cultural backgrounds, different contexts. It's all fine.
Sometimes you want coffee in an instant.
Yeah.
And
sometimes you want to put ice in it like me and put like weird soy milk in it and it all curdles and you drink it with a straw, but you feel like you're on Love Island.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's fine.
And I tell you what, instant coffee, have to be sometimes.
I just don't have the time.
Oh, who has the time?
Who has a machine? Probably you.
I have a machine.
Yeah, probably
but
you.
I never bloody buy the grinds. I'm hopeless.
The grind.
It just sits on my kitchen bench looking nice.
They do look nice.
Yeah. Always good for, I think, if you're selling a house to have a coffee machine on the bench.
Oh,
it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. We're giggling already. This is the...
I'm just trying with all my might to open my Pages app. this whole time. I'll never do it.
This is the Real Girls Pod this week, and I am very sorry about it. Okay, let's get into the real news. Huge breaking story to update you on. Alex, when you thought the last 2 years couldn't get worse, the one shining glory in the last 2 years was Doug the potato.
Of course.
Some backstory. A 7.9 kilogram world record breaking spud that was dug up just outside of Hamilton by a couple of lovely humans, Colin Brown and his wife.
Oh.
I haven't got her name in
His
there.
wife's name? Jane?
I don't think it's Jane. I don't think it's Jane, but I think it's Donna.
There you go.
And when I say I think it is, I know it is. And in just that little gap there, I quickly opened the window that told me her name. Anyway, Craig and Donna dug up Doug. And we were very excited. We talked about it a lot on the podcast. It made the Super Pod was one of our big stories when we got together at the end of year finale. When we got together, we talked about the big potato.
Yeah.
Alex, Doug is not a potato.
Doug is not who he says he is.
Doug is a gourd. Gourd the fraud.
And that is not good.
So a gourd is a large round fruit, not even a veg, with a tough skin. And poor Colin, he says it's been a roller coaster of potato-rama. We hopped on the roller coaster, eyes wide open, and enjoyed the ride, and this was the last real twist. So I don't know who it was who cast doubt on whether or not Doug was a tatey.
Well, it was Guinness.
It was
Guinness wanted the DNA.
they wanted the DNA. But I don't know, is that normal process for Guinness? I guess they need evidence, right?
Yeah, you need some sort of paperwork.
We just need scientific proof that this is in fact a potato.
But I mean, I'm asking the question, is this the biggest gourd?
Oh, well, I'm Googling that. How big and what do you do with a gourd?
I thought they were mostly like decorative. Like you see them.
Yeah, you hollow them out and they hold water. I think, in olden times.
How can you
like storage?
How do you know so much at 29 years of age? It just baffles me.
In olden times.
You are an old soul in a good way.
I've been told I'm an old soul.
You are an old soul. Jolly old soul. Okay. Ornamental gourds must ripen fully on the vine. Blah 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 blah. Hang on.
But this came from under the ground.
On a vine. Are they? Is this deliberate? No way. There's no way that Donna and Colin have tried to pull a Swiftie on us.
Buried it.
Yeah, like made up a whole story. This is a podcast, investigative podcast.
They did milk the shit out of it.
They really did.
Like, I don't want to talk shit about, what's the name? Donna, Colin. But they appeared on every single media outlet. So I think we're just asking the questions.
Yeah, so your options now are Love Island, maths, and digging up a
Big
giant
potato.
vegetable if you want to get Insta likes up.
Or get something stuck up your nose, like that lady with the tiddlywink.
Oh, yes.
But then you have to leave it in there for 30 years.
Yeah.
So you have to play a long game.
That's a real long game. I reckon so that would, I'd be in my 70s. That's cool. I could stick a tiddlywink up my nose and just
lifespans,
reap the rewards.
expectancies being what they are.
Yeah, exactly. I'm devastated that this isn't a real potato. It's just a big gourd.
It's really sad, and it means that the record's still held by some bloody plonker in the UK with some bloody lightweight 4 kg.
I mean, I think that's the challenge has been laid down now. Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, they can grow meat in a lab now. Surely they can.
Yeah, but that wouldn't count as a record.
It wouldn't count.
Would it? If it's manipulated.
There was also mention that there was some cucumber genetics in this creation.
There is a website called longgourds.giantstogrow.com.
Jane, not at work.
Sorry. Oh, God. They've got like the size of gourds by state in America.
And are they massive?
I don't know. They're numbers and I don't know what. It doesn't say.
They're in numbers.
What unit of weight. It's just like average weight, 89.3. Pounds probably. I don't know what that is. This is too hard. Anyway, look, Doug's not a potato. It's terrible
The whiplash
news.
of this breaking yesterday, along with Jane Campion's rise and fall over the course of 12 hours.
What happened? I've missed this.
Oh, well, everyone was applauding her, including myself, for throwing down on Sam Elliott, the actor who basically said Power of the Dog was shit and what's this New Zealander doing making a Western. And she said, like, respectfully, you're an actor, not a cowboy, and also called him out for being sexist, blah, blah, blah. It was great. Everyone was loving it. Then she fucking botched her speech when she won an award a few hours later and said something she really shouldn't have about, for some reason, saying, Venus and Serena Williams, you're masters, but I have to go against the boys or something like that. What was that?
It would have been because she was up against King Richard, the film that was about their dad. And then she was like, you don't have to compete with men like I have to.
That's right. And everyone was just kind of like, oh, maybe don't just randomly include them in this speech. Like, you didn't need to do that. So a really whiplash day for New Zealand icons.
I missed that entirely, probably because I was watching so much maths, which reminds me, we have our maths recap podcast, which will be out tomorrow. Make sure you listen to that. More telly coming our way after an unplanned hiatus of some 2 years. Dancing with the Stars is sashaying back into our lives, baby. 3 have announced that Dancing with the Stars will finally be back on our screens this autumn, with Clint Randall taking the place of Di Henwood, and he'll be joining Sharon Casey as show hosts. And this is the 3rd time Dancing with the Stars has tried to launch a new season. It's bloody COVID-19, all the postponements. There was 2020, 2021, but I have a good feeling about 2022.
3rd time's a charm.
Just let it, I'm trying to think of a dance that starts with O. So I could go like the with the side of Omicron, but it doesn't work.
Oh, well.
A conga line with the side of COVID.
Yeah, the famous conga line that they do at Dancing with the Stars.
Details about the dancing celebs and the judging panel will be announced in the coming weeks. Interesting, because Laura Daniels was supposed to be on the judging panel, wasn't she?
Right, and now she's on 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
So she probably won't be there.
And Kerry Lee Jewing was the only celeb who had been properly announced. She is on Shortland Street, or was on Shortland. I'm not sure if she's still.
Oh, yes.
And so it'd be interesting to see if her contract carried over for 2 years.
I did get excited because when Duncan forwarded this press release and said The Masked Dancer.
I know.
And I thought it was a fusion at first.
So did I.
The Masked Singer and Dancing with the Stars, which is a brilliant idea.
Copyright the spin-off.
That actually, unfortunately, already exists.
Great. It is
but
a great
we copyright
idea.
a local version.
Yeah.
We'll spell the K backwards, like corn. No, wait, is the R backwards in corn or the K?
The R's backwards.
Oh,
Oh, there goes that idea.
oh the R is backwards in dancer.
Anyway, so looking forward to that. Can't wait to see some celebs. It will feel like the before times, which is nice. New Zealand woman buys a tobacco pouch and finds it full of mouldy bread.
Love this.
An Auckland woman named Sophie spent $75 on a pouch of Port Royal tobacco. By the way, that's just a butt ton of money. Imagine if you're going into the petrol station, buying a pack of Port Royal and filling up your car at the moment.
You too.
It's like,
And then you get bread.
and then you get bread. I mean, handy if you needed bread, I guess.
Yeah.
If you were popping to the gas station and the bread was all out.
Mouldy, though.
Mouldy.
According to this.
Good for you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I read up something recently about mould. I know you're a mould enthusiast.
I'm a mould girl, yeah.
That when you have like a bit of mould on the bread, you're not really just supposed to cut that bit off and continue to eat it. Apparently the spores can kind of infiltrate their way through.
I did eat a piece of mouldy bread once and it went really badly for
Oh,
me.
really?
Oh, no.
I've
Nothing. I
Nothing.
fainted and then things happened.
Oh, my God. I want to know more about off mic, perhaps. Yeah, so, I'm constantly just chopping off the bad bits and not anymore. Because I'm a real freak about that stuff normally. Like I'm like,
Oh, you don't like?
I'm like something's past its use by a day.
gone.
And it's gone. See you later.
Oh, no, I push the boundaries.
Yeah, I bet you do.
This is not the first time this has happened either. This
is so
bread, tobacco.
bizarre. It's like it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a tobacco mouldy bread ring. So let me explain what happened. She went into New World, and they apparently didn't believe her story. That she contacted the tobacco manufacturer and they said it's an ongoing problem. And she was told by the tobacco manufacturer the perpetrator is doing a sneaky little switcheroo when they try to buy tobacco using an expired card, and then they swap the real tobacco packet with the bread in the moment of confusion. So I'm the checkout operator and I'm like, here's your Port Royal, and you give me your card, and I go, weird, that's declined. And in the meantime, you've taken a pre-prepared
out of my pocket
mouldy bread.
Sleight of hand. Yeah, okay. How distracting is a expired card though?
I suppose if you go to put something in your pocket, right? You've grabbed the tobacco, you go to pay, you put it in your pocket. Yep, thanks. And then you're like, oh shoot, okay, I better give you this back.
I like that they've figured out, because this has happened in New Zealand before. In 2013 it was reported, but it's also happened in the UK. Like, who was the first person who was like testing, like, what is the best replacement for the tobacco? Did they do trial runs?
Like, is there a Reddit thread that's doing the rounds and people are being, or is it dark, like pure dark web stuff?
Or is it the same person?
Just well-travelled. Or got stuck here with COVID.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Who knows? I look forward to seeing updates on this as more mouldy bread turns up in packets. Because now we all know how to do it.
Yeah.
And why mouldy bread?
Why does it have to be mouldy?
Why not something that feels more tobacco-y?
Well, that's what I mean. But I don't know what it feels like.
But maybe...
Could you just put, like, hay? Maybe it's easier to find bread in the central city.
I don't know.
Maybe it's not mouldy when it goes in.
That's
maybe
true.
It's been there for ages.
Maybe they've got a whole stack of them in the car, just growing mould in the back seat while they go around supermarket to supermarket.
And then they might sit there for ages because $75 a pop. Cost of living sky high. Yeah.
Crikey. Oh, well, don't smoke. That's probably the lesson to take away here. JJ Feeney, Scandal Queenie, is reunited with her brother who was shot. That is like a proper news headline. That's quite intense.
This is a proper news headline.
So we shared last week that, I mean, not just us, like the whole news did. the whole news media.
The whole news industry of which we are a part.
That JJ Feeney's brother was very sadly, tragically shot. He's fine. He's okay. He's obviously a bit sore. And JJ was isolating at the time with COVID. Mystery boyfriend, by the way, didn't get COVID.
Amazing.
Even though they were in isolation together.
Wow.
Anyway, so Paul, her brother, back at home, and JJ went to visit him and took along some news media with her for reuniting.
I don't know about this. The photos were supplied. So I think it was just whoever, maybe his partner or someone else.
It was mystery boyfriend, probably.
Mystery boyfriend.
Yeah,
he probably was there with snapping away.
He got some snaps and then...
I didn't realise, though, he got shot with 22 pellets.
Yeah. Were they BBs or what was it? Was it
something like that?
I mean, honestly, if
crazy.
If they were real bullets, he's the second coming of Jesus.
It's amazing.
It's insane. I think...
And about bloody time,
that Jesus comes back.
Jesus, yeah.
not
him getting shot.
Yeah, okay.
No. God, no.
Yeah, I mean, he's well overdue, isn't he?
Jane just looked at her Apple Watch.
I looked at my watch, but my battery's low, so I can't tell you whether or not Jesus is due back. A woman gets stuck on a cruise ship water slide. Now, this speaks to me, and I know it speaks to you because I didn't know about cruise ship water slides. I mean, this is a cute cruise ship water slide as opposed to like a luxury yacht inflatable water slide, which, by the way, are a nightmare.
For the bosun, for the chief stews, no one wants an inflatable water slide.
And those things are steep.
They're steep.
But I would do. I don't think I'd jump off the top of... We're talking below deck, by the way. I don't think I'd jump off the top of the boat, but I would do a water slide.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd certainly do the other toys.
Yeah, because also, I mean, they've busted their asses to get those toys out there.
You know they have.
You know they have.
And you never know when the yacht's going to like go smashing into some cliff face. So you got to make the most of your time on there.
Yeah, or if they're dragging anchor.
Or God forbid, getting in a big old anchor tangle.
Oh, no. Like necklaces.
Anyway, a woman on a Norwegian cruise liner slid into the news this week after a TikTok video of her getting stuck in a hydro slide went viral. The video shows the woman taking off from the top of the slide, but instead of the momentum pushing her through, she gets stuck in a clear-sided part of the slide.
No.
What luck? and has to be rescued through an escape hatch.
Oh my goodness.
Not the first time.
No.
The New Zealand Herald travel editor said the same thing happened to her.
Did you read her account of it? It was very funny.
Didn't they?
She said, it's a very funny piece by Stephanie Holmes because she went on a similar Norwegian cruise that had the same sort of slide. And she said it has a sign that's like enter at your own risk. And 1 in 3 people in the line were getting stuck.
Oh my gosh.
And she was like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. You know, it wasn't like a height thing or anything. It was people of all different sizes were getting stuck.
How narrow is this slide that you get stuck? I don't understand.
I think it's like, it's not so much getting stuck as not getting enough momentum to go up the thingamy.
Oh, right. So it's like an S-bend.
Yeah.
It's like your kitchen sink.
Exactly like an S-bend.
Or your toilet. Are they just sending people down the toilet?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, this is a weird one. COVID-19 has caused a massive increase in the sale of cardboard cutouts. And I tell you what, at a premium, the Colin Mathura Jeffrey cardboard cutout, if we just held on to that could be worth gazillions.
True.
In this high
he's got it now. It's back
era.
in his own personal museum.
In his bed.
Yeah.
That's his museum.
Actually where it is.
And New Zealand businesses have reported a sharp rise in orders for life-size cardboard cutouts as people make up for not being able to attend important events. One person in Scotland ordered 20 cardboard cutouts of her family and sent them to a wedding in Auckland so that they could be included in the wedding photos.
I love this.
It's so cute.
It's so sweet.
You know who started this though?
Who?
Remember when I was living abroad and you had the corny Christmas?
Wait, where were you? Hold on. Where were you living?
Oh, have you know Los Angeles? Hollywood, big stars.
City of Angels.
Jennifer Aniston, Brad Pitt, and so on. But anyway, remember I was unable to attend the corny Christmas.
That's right.
And you guys did. It was a cardboard cutout. It wasn't a full size.
That's right. And I will tell you that I did strive for a cardboard cutout. I rang multiple publicists that work for television and film and asked if they had any cardboard cutouts that I could put your face on, to no avail. They even looked in the TVNZ dungeon for me, so I was doing the work. And then we realised we just had to print off just your face.
Just printed off my face, and then people took photos with me, which was
right.
delightful. So, I feel like you started this trend, Alex.
In a way, copyright me. Again.
We're going to have a quick break. We shall be back shortly to talk about our very exciting lives.
At Zed, we know that it's time to move from being a part of the climate change problem to the heart of its solution. And as a New Zealand company providing fuel to people in all parts of the country, we also know that we have a real chance to lead that change. We're committed to providing the right energy for everyone and keeping our customers moving. We believe that innovation in fuel and how it's used can make a huge difference to our planet. You can find out more about what we're doing in the Zed app, and you can save money at the pump at the same time. Download the Zed app for free and make your journey with Zed quicker and easier.
When you choose to invest, your money has power. Avoiding companies that finance weapons production or ignore climate change is important. But impact investing goes beyond just avoiding harmful behaviours. It's an opportunity to invest in companies that are actually improving the world. Invest in a better future with the Harbour Sustainable Impact Fund. Grow your wealth and make a positive impact on the world. This is not personalised advice. A disclaimer and the product disclosure statement for Harbour investment funds issued by Harbour Asset Management is available at harbourasset.co.nz.
Why don't you welcome us back from the break?
Hello.
Oh, that's why. Welcome back. This is real life, and that's it summed up right there.
That's it. Hello.
We both just had a celebrity encounter with the same celebrity at moments apart, didn't we?
I can't believe this. This is going to be like, what's that movie where you see a thing from 8 different perspectives, like Eagle Eye? Is it Eagle Eye?
Haven't seen it.
And you see this thing from 8 different perspectives. So I bumped into, almost quite literally, Jackie Brown as I was walking to this podcast. And I think she, we've met before, but I don't actually know who I am.
She does.
Oh.
Sorry, spoiler alert, she knows who you are.
Spoiler alert, okay. Wow, did you ask her about me? Did she mention?
Just carry on.
Did she
carry on?
And I went, hello. She went, hi. And then she definitely was just trying to keep going. And I was like, is that an oodle? Because she was walking her dog, which was a cavoodle. So she turned around and started talking about the dog because I'm also working on a story about oodles for the spin-offs Pet Week. Spoiler alert, March 28th. Mm-hmm. We'll be writing all about pets for a week. And then she came back and I patted the dog, super cute. She was talking about how he's a cavoodle. And then she's like, oh, yeah, we actually just went to the vet and he's a little bit sick, so you should probably wash your hands. And I did. And that was my celebrity encounter.
Well, just moments later.
Literally
moments later. I was parking my car and I saw I had this weird this is embarrassing, I have to tell you. So I was playing New Order, True Faith was playing in my car. And I had the windows down because I'm trying not to run my AC to save money because of petrol, right?
Of course.
So I had my windows down and I saw this lady walking up and she was, she was doing like she looked like a celebrity because she was wearing a hat and dark glasses and she was walking the dog and very stylish but casual, casual stylish. I could never pull it off, not in a million years. And she walked past and I was like, oh, she probably thinks I'm cool listening to my cool music. And then I was like, oh, that's Jackie Brown. I don't know why I had to give you that embarrassing fact about the thought that ran through my head about the music. But anyway, there it is.
She thinks I'm cool.
And I yelled out the window because I know Jackie. And I yelled out, Brownie. And she sort of peered over and she was like, who's that? And I was like, oh, shame. This is embarrassing. Oh, no. She doesn't know who I am. She doesn't recognize me.
You're yelling over the music.
I'm yelling over the road.
Right.
And then she clicked. It was me, and it was great. And we had a across the road yell conversation because COVID and sick dog, as it turns out. And thank goodness I didn't go and give him a pat. And then she said, "I think I just saw Alex Casey." So yes, she knows who you are.
I'm putting that on my gravestone.
Yeah,
quote unquote. I think I just saw Alex Casey, Jackie Brown, 2022.
No, Jackie's lovely, and
she's so nice.
She's really, really nice, and it was. I haven't seen her for a long time. It was just a nice little exchange.
She is extraordinarily stylish.
I cannot imagine putting on a hat and stylish glasses and a coat and looking like that. I don't know if she's wearing a coat.
It was very hot.
I've just imagined
You're
the whole thing.
embellishing the story.
Now she looks like Inspector Gadget.
Amazing.
Anyway, that's our celebrity sighting.
Yeah, that's all I got. Celebrity-wise.
What else have you got, though?
Oh, I saw Ben Thomas. Does that count?
I mean, I know he's listening, so yes.
I know he'll like it. I actually saw him during one of my major snafus of the week. I was like feeling very worthy. Joe was working very hard doing his planning and stuff. And I was like, don't worry, I'll go to the supermarket. I got this. Walked to the supermarket. Huge, like rammed within the supermarket. They didn't have lines outside, but it was rammed inside. Like trolleys going all the way back to the freezer section. Chaos. Empty shelves, boxes on the floor. All the yogurts were upside down.
When was this?
It was Sunday night.
Oh, that's the worst time to go to the supermarket.
I know, but I am dumb. And so I went, and I thought I did a great job. Stood in the trolley line accidentally because I only had a basket. Stood in the trolley line for 20 minutes by accident. Moved to the basket line. That took, another 20 minutes or so. And, when you're at the self-checkout, it's like all eyes on me. The world's a stage. You feel like you're the celebrity of the checkout.
Yeah.
And so I put all my groceries through, went to pay, opened my bag, no wallet.
Oh, no.
Went through my tote bags, no wallet. Started to cry. Started to quietly just just a single tear, because you have your mask on, so you kind of you can get away with it. Rang Joe.
You know your mask isn't supposed to go over your eyes, right? I just need to make sure, in the interest of public health safety.
I always feel like glasses are kind of like
You know your glasses are see-through.
I don't think that's true.
Okay, carry on. There's nothing more I can do here.
And I rang Joe, and Joe was like, yeah, your wallet's on the bed. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to die. Like, there's nothing what am I going to do? So I sat down. I looked around, and the lady could tell I was in distress. This is the countdown woman.
Because your mask was sopping wet with your tears.
It was like very stressful. There was just such a big line. Anyway, so I put everything back in the basket. She said, oh, you can I'll hold on to this for you and you can come back to customer service and just get it when you've got your wallet. And I was like, thank you. And then I went outside and I thought, well, I'm going to stand right at like the end of the car park so there's no one thinks I'm in line for the supermarket. And then this line started to form outside.
Behind you.
And got all the way to me, who was standing at the end. And I was like, fuck, what if I join the line and then I get to the front of the line, I still don't have my wallet and I've got to go through the snafu again. So I kept moving away from the line that kept growing. So things were getting worse for me. Like there was just so many people at this point. Then I saw Ben Thomas, shouted at him from afar. He did not hear me.
He could have
so I was like,
given you some money.
But he walked in and turned around and walked straight back again.
He's like, no, fuck this.
And I was like, oh my God.
What you should have done about 3 hours prior when you first arrived at the supermarket.
Yes.
Walked in, turned around, walked out again.
So yeah, I'd been there for at least 2 hours at this point. Very upset. Then Joe finally turned up, gave me a wallet, waited for about another half an hour, went through, paid for it, everything, got home, and it was about an hour later that I realised I have Apple Pay on my phone. And I could have just paid.
I was going to say, you should set up Apple Pay, but it turns out you already
I already had it. I never thought for a million years that I could use it in this situation.
Because it doesn't feel like a real thing, right? Like
I don't trust it.
Whenever I'm planning to pay via Apple Pay, I still have my wallet. Like I still take my wallet out of the car as well, just in case.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And if I'm feeling really brave, I might just like stroll in, just my phone, and be like, I got this. Knowing that I may need to run back to the car. Yeah. You know? But I would never go out needing to purchase something just with my phone.
A phone is not a card.
But a card is not cash. You know? So we just need to make the leap, right? But a card doesn't run out of battery.
No.
So.
But I had another snafu because my card's also expired. So this was the next day. I realised I'm going to have to order a new card. I didn't know a new card had already been sent to my old address. So then they were like, okay, well, there's a card at it was my mum's house. And I was like, just cancel it. Send me a new one straight here. I can't be bothered. And so then I rang my mum and said, I've got a new card coming. Is there a card for me there? And she said, yes. And I was like, okay, can you chuck it out? And she said, yeah, I'll cut it up.
Oh, no.
And then I saw my mum later that night and my mum was like, I cut up my own card. And that's just the cases all the way down.
That is a very layered story. It was a saga with parts. It was like a trilogy. That's amazing.
It's incredible.
When is the film coming out?
Well, yeah, we're in talks already. It's being optioned.
What I want to know is why it was more inconvenient for you to get the card off your mum.
I wasn't thinking straight.
Like you could have just gone over there and got it that day, right?
Yeah,
or asked mum to drop it. Perhaps
yeah, I was seeing her that evening.
Oh my God. What is wrong with you?
I don't know, because
you said, send me one. There's postal delays. Send me one. I'll get it.
She's like, yeah, that'll take a week. But now she's cancelled my current card that's set to expire, the card that's sitting at mum. So now I have no card
but you've got
for
Apple,
a week.
But you've got Apple Pay.
No, because that's linked to the old card that's now been cancelled. So now I have no cash, no jobs, no hope.
You have real potted
my life.
Your entire life.
I have $20 cash that Joe got out for me.
2 min noodles for lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It's absurd. I shouldn't be allowed out.
No, you shouldn't. Oh,
that's my life.
Anyway.
How's your life?
At least you're not stuck in a water slide.
I feel like I am financially.
I have very little to report. I want to become a dog groomer on the side.
Yes.
It's my new obsession. I'm willing Pickle's fur to grow, so for the next time I can cut it. I've been watching videos. I've bought special scissors from a proper grooming place. I am like all in. And I've got my first client. That's not my dog.
Who's?
There's a puppy called Paz.
Paz.
He's getting flips tomorrow, and then once he's all healed up, I'm taking to him with the clippers.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna learn any new styles? Like, you know how poodles have those little black pom-poms on their butt?
What I'm starting with is just not making the dog bleed, and then we'll get into No, I haven't done that. I'm just that's I'm making sure. I'm just
goal.
Yeah. Just getting the equipment and cutting off some hair is a good start for me.
Can I ask you, when you got Pickle, were you aware of the grooming requirements?
Yes, I was, but okay. I thought I'd just take him to the groomer. And it's hard to get a booking into groomers at the moment. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
And it was because of lockdown. When I couldn't get him to the groomer, I bought some clippers.
Yeah.
And I've since been clipping him myself. Started off very, very badly. very badly, but now I'm kind of addicted. I love it. So
can't wait to see Pickle next time. Just like shaved.
Shaved to the bone. And apart from that, I'm back on doing the Rubik's Cube. Back on that wagon.
Wait, what? You say that like that's something that you've talked about.
Have we not discussed this before?
I don't think so.
Before I moved to LA, when we were very busy supposed to be packing up the house, I decided that was a really good time to master solving the Rubik's Cube. I spent a lot of time doing that, and then I forgot all my skills, and now I'm back on it.
Wow.
My record at the moment is 2 minutes 40 something, which is
incredible.
Which is really nothing compared to the speed cubers who do it in like 10 seconds or whatever, which is insane to me.
I don't think I've ever managed to solve one.
No, you have to basically you just have to learn a series of algorithms. It's not like you can look at it and go, it's like there are algorithms that you just do in a certain order, and if you, depending on what the pattern's doing as you go.
So do you mess it up in a certain way?
You scramble it.
Yeah, sorry. The technical term.
It is. Look, Rubik's Cube is my Scrabble. Is to me what Scrabble is to you.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to tell your Scrabble story. You don't have to mention names.
No, that's right. What is it?
It's the lady who was very upset that you didn't go to the Scrabble.
Yeah. I got a call just before the Real Pod last week, actually, from a member of the Scrabble Club, and she was like, "You didn't go last week." And I was like, "No, I didn't." She's like, "Oh, can you tell me if you're not going? Because you're the only person I can beat." I was like, "I'm happy to be there in your life, if that's what you need."
Look, everyone's something to someone,
exactly.
That's it. That's our podcast. I'm going to wrap it up because we've gone on too long. Normally Duncan's here like going, "Oh, I got to get to a meeting." So he's kind of like our real life. Sorry, Dunk.
It's such a savage impression.
It was. Oh, anyway, so that's us. Thank you very much to Nando's. Thank you to Tara Ward for assembling the news and alerting us to the big breaking not potato story. Thank you, T.I. here for all your hard work. Thank you to Callum Henderson. He's coming up to his second last week looking after our sort of the nuts and bolts of getting the podcast actually out there to your ears. I'll be moving on from the pod team soon. Just sad. But so thanks, Callum. Sorry, that was emotional. And we will be back tomorrow with a mass wrap up.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. See you then. Bye.
Bye.
Start your day with The Bulletin, a newsletter from The Spin-Off summarising New Zealand's biggest breaking stories and highlighting the best reporting from around the country. Sign up for free today at thespinoff.co.nz/newsletters.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Talofa lover, I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spin-Off. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spin-Off member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
The Spin-Off Podcast Network.